There, we started recording now.
Boom. It now has all been happening.
Yeah, it's all happening. And yesterday was a full moon, so. Oh yeah, I know how to do it. Hold it. I did this before.
Yeah.
Why do I take advice from a rookie? Okay. Yeah. Just in case, we put that there. We've seen enough of me. Okay, let me start here. Don't say a word.
Hang on. All right.
So anyway, here I am at the legislator in the back, and we hear a lot about politics. Nobody approached me, no candidate to be interviewed. We've seen leaders like the KISS party booked. Then they got what's his name? Madison or whatever, NDP with the crazy orange necktie. And those people are useless. Why they're running, I don't know. Now, speaking of useless, I better watch what I'm saying. The guy got a suitcase, don't he? Says he's a typewriter, so he says.
I can prove it's a typewriter.
Yeah, I hope so. And I mean, I just got an email.
Did I do this with my mom?
Yeah, and anyway, this email should be a winner because, what was the email again? UFO?
Yes.
Yeah, so you better get yourself a little bit closer. I don't know who you are or what are you, that's it there. And you are what they call the independent candidate for Memramcook-Tantramar, Sackville, whatever. And you gave me a coffee and I stopped drinking coffee for 3 days.
Oh.
So it's okay, I'll enjoy it. What the hell? Go ahead. What's your name?
It's not alcohol. Hi everybody, my name is Jefferson George Wright and I am running as an independent candidate.
Is there cyanide in this?
There's no cyanide in
it.
it.
Oh, okay.
To my awareness.
You gotta watch these strangers on the street. Okay, go ahead.
I am new to New Brunswick. I've lived in the province for a year. However, prior to that, I traveled the entire country with the revolution of the UFO party in my belly. Honestly believing that I could find a space in Canada where I could make a reasonable proposition to people about how we need an ecological revolution that transcends political parties.
Everybody's stoned. What are you talking about? They're not going to get out because the sun hurts their eyes. Revolution? What kind of revolution we're talking about? Facebook?
A very relaxed revolution that can't have a carbon budget.
Okay.
How could we... There is an agreement that we have with the earth. And that agreement preceded our being alive, but we participate in that agreement on a day-to-day basis. We now know that the world is much more finite and much more tender than we did in the time of mercantilism when we could just take everything.
This is provincial. That's not federal. You know that, huh? You know there's a provincial election, not federal election.
Absolutely.
So the world and everything, you know, come on. Healthcare,
I'm the big
bilingualism, court, justice system. That's what we want to talk about.
I'm the big picture.
You get your UFO, go down a little bit.
Candidate. All right, land a little bit. All right, well, you know, I like to talk big picture though.
And I mean, I'm sorry. How did you find me anyway?
From your YouTube videos.
You watched them?
Yeah.
How was the debate? What are you here?
I'm currently here because I'm not. I'm here because I'm not at the debate.
I mean, not door to door in Sackville. Oh, you can't go door to door.
You can't go door to door.
How many followers you have on Facebook?
I don't use social media. I don't use it at all.
So what? You're gonna go put a flying saucer over Memramcook and say, "Vote for me"?
I'm gonna do a publicity stunt on Monday, and then
you get naked and start running around.
I will run hopefully a half marathon. And at the end of it, I will then give a speech that will only be available to the people that are there. Subsequent to that, I then have 4 hours of radio time on 107.9, as well as meet and greets at churches and community halls throughout that week. So I'm going to be available if people want to know more about me.
Where are you going to run?
Where, in which riding?
Where are you going to run? You're going to run a marathon, you said, half a mile.
Oh.
Didn't you say that?
Yeah. I thought we could do it together. I want to look at how big this isthmus.
You need a map for Memramcook and Sackville.
No, I want to see not Memramcook. It goes all the way to Port. It's all the way to Port Elgin and like North Shore, all over there. So
you're gonna run. How long that's gonna take?
6 to 7 hours, something like that.
You're
Yeah.
going to go to Port Elgin and go to Sackville.
Well, we need the
and
scale.
go to Memramcook. No, is that what you're planning to do?
I do.
Oh, boy.
May I ask?
I gotta start screening these.
No, you
emails
absolutely do.
before
Could I
go.
ask you a question?
Okay.
Could we stop this?
I can't shut up.
Not use this and then restart. Didn't you say that we would have that agreement?
ADHD. I can't shut up.
Okay. Okay. Well then.
Okay, let's go again.
I
How
would
was
like-
the debate tonight?
Exactly.
How was it?
The debate was disheartening, to
Why?
be honest with you, because for a few people on the stage, it appears like it's a bit of a pageant, like with like the bow tie outfit and the cowboy hat, and like,
Oh, Jerry Burke.
and then
What? All the
otherwise,
candidates in every riding show up there, or?
all the candidates. No, there's almost nobody there. That was the other thing. The auditorium was completely empty. The leaders were on the stage, but there was
The
less
leaders.
than 10
And you mean
people.
it's not the candidates?
No, this is a leaders debate going on at Community St. Anne.
Oh, I thought you were an independent candidate for Memramcook Sackville.
I am, but I also am acting as an independent journalist. So I go to all of the events as if I was a more relevant person than I am, and there's no security. Maybe
you
there
allow-
will be now.
Were you allowed in there? Yeah. You were allowed?
And I've been doing legitimate journalism for the past week.
What's
I
legitimate journalism?
see, like, going to the
Oh,
press,
look at that, look at that.
going to the
look at that,
press
look at that.
conference.
Nice son. Huh?
We're not getting it. We're not getting it.
Speaking of UFO,
to me.
a UFO is
I
going.
swear I saw a ghost earlier too.
Yeah, you saw it goes.
Yeah.
And how much marijuana you smoke? You?
Minimal.
Okay, look at that. Isn't that
Minimal.
nice? I wonder how many people are still watching this bullshit. But we're going to keep on going. Hello, speaking of bullshit, here we go. You want to join us?
Sure. Look, someone just gave me a plant.
A plant.
Isn't it cute?
There it goes again. These are, oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
I like that.
Who is this? Who is this? This is
Nicole.
Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. I'm Jefferson.
is, you've seen her maybe a few times on television for a law professor for UND.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's her. And you are again?
I am again. I'm an independent candidate for provincial office in Memramcook-Tantramar, but I really like his internet videos, and so I wanted
yeah,
to
sure.
be a participant for good or ill.
And I haven't
For
shut up
good or
since.
ill.
And then we got the nice. That's nice in the back.
So they didn't get you to run green. You're running independent.
I would say I'm running on an ecological platform, but
Okay.
with more urgency. I think
Oh,
the
okay.
structure of political parties and the way we let this operate
Yeah.
is almost dictatorial in the way the political parties make it hard for good, innovative ideas to get anywhere. And so I would like to not have to engage the political party system, because I'd want to go in honestly and figure out how to drastically reduce the size, scope, scale, and amount of intrusion the government makes into our daily lives.
Now all that fancy talk. You see, you gotta talk normal talk. You can't use the fancy words. So
Well, then-
again,
So you think government's
I'll
the
speak in
problem?
French then.
You think government's the problem? You think private industry is the problem? We're in New Brunswick.
that's why. Oh, don't worry. I told him
I
that
think-
already. I told him that
Well,
already.
Just
Who
asking.
the government authorizes the private industry, but the private industry is so large it acts as if it's its own branch of the government. So yeah,
Just saying.
who's the
Where you born again?
Hamilton,
Okay,
Ontario.
that answers a lot.
Oh, does it?
Ontarian. Okay. And you've been here for 1 year.
That is correct. But
And,
but-
by the way,
but
his email is UFO.
But my
whatever,
political
dot- yeah.
But my political ambitions were consistent for the 3 years previous to that. So this is where I have landed, and this is where I am
That's where
choosing
it is.
to engage the UFO party.
How did
Because
you
it's my
go
legal-
inside the debate?
Ah,
You
okay.
are before she arrived.
I am a precocious.
Legitimate media. What's
I'm an independent journalist, and I say that with fortitude at the entrance of every door, and people nod, and I say who I'm with, and
who are you with?
CFTA 107.9 Tantramar Community Radio.
And they
Yeah,
just
nice.
let you go in.
Yep.
And if you say if I tried that, they'll call the
I don't want to
cops.
get. I don't know. I don't know. But I earnestly think there's not good narrative going on. It's very boring. It's a boring election, and
What
it
was
shouldn't
it?
be.
CBC tonight?
Rogers.
Oh, Rogers.
it was-
Who was the host? Do you know?
This is a as you have said in a previous video, the narratives of this election are really boring,
Yeah, tell me
and
about it.
I think there's reason to try to make them more interesting. So what I would like to do, and why I'm staying big picture right now, is I would like to find one or two wedge issues that could actually force the candidates to either say something real or slip up.
Healthcare,
Nuclear.
nuclear.
Well, it's green, but it's not the green that they're both leaders are purporting it, and David Kuhn does not seem to be standing up in a way that I would want a Green Party leader to do against what is radioactive waste. It's not a substitute for
What did
solar, it's not a
Megan-
non-emitting renewable.
What did
Like,
Megan do wrong? The MLA in Memramcook, the Green Party MLA. Megan, what's her name?
Mitten.
Megan.
Mitten, M-I-T-T-O-N,
Mitten?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Memramcook and I don't even, okay.
What did she do
What
wrong?
did she do wrong that you should run against her?
I am running in that riding because I think it is a very progressive, diverse riding. I have a weird, complicated argument to make about government, and originally I thought I had Mount A students, and I don't because of the election date. They have to have been resident August 4th, so you lose all your...
Yeah.
Well, and Megan will be losing as well, the large cohort of students who backed her in that Sackville area. So,
You know where College Bridge is? La Hateria?
no.
McKinley?
McKinley? No,
Dover Road?
I think so.
Prédant-Haut?
I've driven all... Are you asking me street names? or what are you asking?
Prédant-Haut, you know where Prédant-Haut is?
No.
Beaumont?
No.
Beau Village?
No.
Lode?
Are these places...
Still
Lode?
Are these places
Lode?
in Memramcook or
Do you know where
Memramcook-Est?
Do you know where Lode is? Lode?
No, but in
Gayton?
in the French way you're saying it, I can't
Gayton?
even spell it in my
Haut-de-Ruisseau?
head.
Dorchester?
You're going to be so proud of my French when I speak it. Of course I know Dorchester.
Oh,
my
oh,
office
there we
is
go.
in the jail.
Dorchester.
My office is in the Dorchester jail.
Okay, Dorchester Jail. You mean you're a friend of Bill?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh my God! This is getting
You got
worse.
my-
You know Bill, the guy that runs the hostel for the jail, the old
The
jail.
old Dorchester jail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you must have seen.
That's where the that's where the
That's where you live.
that's where the run ends.
Bill,
That's
how
where
you
the run
doing?
ends, and the press release is, and everyone will be more interested to hear.
Gentlemen, I gotta go home.
Oh, I don't blame you.
But nice to see you.
I don't blame you at all.
And I'm looking
There you go.
forward
Nice to
to,
see you again.
Looking forward to more commentary. He's the independent journalist in this province.
Absolutely.
Right?
Disappointed with, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's too rushy. It's
It's an unnecessary election
who's gonna win?
called for cynical reasons
Yeah.
because they think they can grab power. That's not a reason to have an election during a global pandemic.
Well, what I said is you got three by-elections, two that have to happen, a third that could. And what a safe way, and then you want to be scientific about it, do different styles of what the new election could be if we're being really
Too late for that now.
This
Thrown
is-
in there.
This is it's outrageous, and the rest of the world's trying to avoid elections, and here we are.
I'm surprised the world hasn't really put us on the map.
Oh, I've had some phone calls from people outside of the province just wondering what the heck we're doing here, and I said, well, they think they can get power, so they've decided to do it. It's cynical, it's manipulative, it's unconscionable. Here's a bunch of parents trying to get ready to put their kids
Yeah.
back in school under unprecedented stressful conditions and saying, and you have to go vote.
Yeah.
There's situations like Randy Dickinson showing up to vote, and it's not accessible to him because he's in a wheelchair. That's not okay.
I wish it would have happened to any other person than Randy. You know, like I would have really been pissed off, but Randy, you know this guy. This guy talks more than me, but he doesn't say anything. My God. But
Well,
no.
he can defend himself.
Yeah,
He's
that
in
was
favor
funny.
about it. But like, anyway, so here we are.
Yeah. And 2020, and then there's a side door, then he has to go through where they test for corona
Yeah.
in a wheelchair.
And what also is
That's funny.
annoying is that they suspend the municipal elections, the elections for regional health authority, and for district education councils. They just suspend them. They're all supposed to be May 2020.
And your husband is still staying here for another year.
And my husband, who's a city councillor in Fredericton,
Yeah.
they're all just still in office now.
We have to remove that
Looks like-
idiot
looks
from
like
there. That's the mayor.
indefinitely.
That's the mayor.
But they'll run a provincial election. They'll let these other elections just go in abeyance, right? So that's really a problem as well. So we'll see if.
What do
we
you think? The old seniors, they're not allowed to vote, I guess? I try to get some answer from Power Rappel, election New Brunswick. He won't. They can't go inside the special care home
Yeah.
because of Corona. And I'm trying to have the media on. Oh my God.
No, it's voter suppression using external circumstances like a global pandemic to dampen the voter turnout. That's what this is.
How
And
much?
it's
How many percent?
unconscionable.
How many percentage do you think they'll be voting?
I don't know, but it'll be down.
The real down, below 50.
It'll be down. And I think when we're trying to get people to be engaged in democratic processes and have, like, not having any voting on campus in a university town, that's outrageous. Almost all my students last time in 2018 voted on campus because it was right there. I voted on campus because it was right there. And now they don't have that option, right? Never mind the fact that a lot of students will not be eligible to vote because they didn't come back by whatever date. So we're disenfranchising a lot of people. A lot of people will not have a say in the results of this election. That being said, and I know you're an independent candidate, the Green Party's running one heck of a campaign under extraordinarily trying circumstances, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the amount of enthusiasm for change makes me think that we're going to hold on to the third parties, People's Alliance and Green, are going to hold on to their status, and I think we're breaking through that red and blue.
Why don't you come? Why don't you come? Why don't I email you and you come with me next week and sit down right here and you'll make your prediction. You'll make your prediction of what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'll give you the link of all the candidates and you mark it down.
We can do a Charles and Nicole prediction.
Exactly. And we'll do it right here,
Sure.
and then we'll see what's going on.
Sure, we can do that.
We'll do that.
His predictions last time were pretty good.
Yeah.
So-
But I predicted Donald Trump was going to win. The worst prediction I ever made.
Unfortunately, right.
I
Anyway,
know.
well, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very
You
much.
shouldn't be sitting here. You should be home. Doing what you can, which is kind of limited, I guess.
He said he wanted to do this before the sun
I'm
the sun goes
using
down.
radio.
Oh, good,
I'm
yeah.
using radio and like public performance. I'm gonna play piano and stuff. I want to it's like if I could be an honest showman. I feel like people have missed shows and presentations of things. So
Yeah,
I want to just
they have.
I don't. It's not about winning. It's about trying to present a different type of politics in an honest way with integrity.
But he doesn't have social
So-
media.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So he's picking to have a flying saucer flying over Memramcook and say, vote for me, or he's going to do a marathon naked and
I've
say,
requested
hey,
the
look,
flying
vote
saucer.
for me.
The flying saucer does just what it wants.
Get him.
So
Anyway, good night, guys.
get a Zeppelin.
Don't worry, we're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to send you an email, Nicole. Okay. It's funny, I made, you would love this. She asked me to make a presentation of me in front of her class. So anyway, I said, okay, so I got 20 minutes. And this was this was what, maybe 5 years ago?
Okay.
Well, come closer. So anyway, so what happens, so look, the light just went on top of the dome. So what happened, here I am. So I've got 20 minutes. They can, do I have 20 minutes? Very stern with me. And then I was the students, they were all, oh, Charles LeBlanc, and all 40 students. And you go to YouTube, write UNB law students, at UNB law student and Charles LeBlanc. The video should show up. And I said, well, it's a pleasure to Nicole to invite me here to talk to 50 future crooks. Whoops, I'm sorry. 50 future politicians. I'm sorry. 50 future students, future lawyers. There we go. So that it started. It was funny. But anyway, no, she's all right. Her husband is up. The idiot mayors are so goddamn high. My God, he can't get out. Anyways, focus, Charles. Okay, let's focus on you.
Let me ask. I mean, at core, in your heart, are you an optimist?
Optimist?
Optimist.
I'm Scottish.
Are you?
I'm Scottish. I'm never optimist about nothing. Have you seen Willie on The Simpsons?
Yes.
That's me. Me mother is from Glasgow, Scotland. I would have wished this gene on my worst enemy. Any other stupid question? My God, the sun. It's time for you to go to psych grade with that flying saucer.
Sure. Yeah.
Continue
Well, I guess
on.
what is the radical change that is needed in any level of government, in the way that people are governed? And so if you do your shows and you care as much as you do to stay in touch, Like, help me from your perspective. What's the big thing that needs to happen? What's the big shift that'll get youth really activated towards the climate?
Communication. There's no communication between. Do you know what a bureaucrat calls a politician?
A short-term employee.
Temporary help.
That wasn't bad. Okay.
Temporary help. Pretty damn good.
Damn.
Temporary help. They're there for a short time. The bureaucrats is always there forever. There's they'll have these meetings. They'll have these so-called communication, but there's no true communication between the public and the government. There's none. The justice system is the worst justice system in Canada.
Yeah.
And there was two guys that were lawyers. They said, when we're politicians, we will change it. Next thing you know, they were attorney generals and everything. They never changed nothing. And it's scandalous. And the only people that listen to is me. And I did a lot of changes here. But I'm outside. I'm not with the mainstream media. Okay, we're talking about me here. Okay, continue. Well, by the way, you got a no, you don't have social media.
There's websites.
Huh?
Jefferson at ufoparty.ca, and I apologize. I'm going to get ufoparty.ca.
What the hell did you just say?
For bilinguality, Parti UFO Party.
Parles-tu français?
Je peux parler un peu. Si j'ai l'opportunité de communiquer avec les gens français ou acadiens.
Je suis là, right là. Moi, je parle français. Moi, je suis acadien. Moi, je viens de Memramcook. Je parle le chiac.
Absolument. Le chiac.
Tu comprends-tu le chiac?
Je comprends ce que tu
Le chiac. Le chiac. Comprends-tu le chiac?
Non. Je ne comprends pas chiac. Mon
Moi,
grand-père vient
de
Châteauguay, Québec.
Ferme la bouche, ferme la bouche.
Absolument.
No, ferme la bouche, that's Quebec French.
Je comprends.
Okay, ferme ta gueule, that's chiac.
Ferme ta gueule.
Ferme ta gueule,
Ferme ta
that's
gueule.
chiac. Ferme la bouche, that is Quebec French. Moody Québécois French.
Ouais.
Je suis un candidat indépendant. Je suis un candidat indépendant dans cette élection provinciale.
Non.
OK?
Dites-moi.
Non, chiac. Je suis un candidat indépendant dans cette élection. Anyway, whatever.
Je suis un candidat indépendant.
Indépendant dans la riding, pas dans la circonscription. Le Québec dirait, je suis un candidat de la circonscription de Memramcook-Tantramar et Sackville. Non, moi je suis de la riding de Memramcook-Sackville. Je suis de la riding. We speak half French and half English.
Je suis de la riding. Je suis de la riding de Memramcook-Tantramar.
Je vais flyer un flying saucer au fête Memramcook.
OK.
Ça c'est chiant.
Je vais flyer
un flying saucer au fête Memramcook.
Objet volant non identifié. OVNI.
Ouais, de quoi?
C'est la chose en français. Objet volant non identifié. OVNI.
Oui,
UFO. Les gens connaissent UFO.
Qu'est-ce que c'est déjà un volant? Le café. Mon premier café.
Laissez-moi dire quelque chose. Ma tête est anglais, mais peut-être, seulement peut-être, mon cœur est français. Et mon cœur parle plus simplement que ma tête. Si j'ai l'opportunité à améliorer mon français, cœur. Si j'ai l'opportunité à améliorer mon français, je pense que je vais devenir un homme plus honoré au Nouveau-Brunswick.
Tu viens de parler comme Blaine Higgs. Blaine Higgs.
I am not as bad as Blaine Higgs.
Yeah, I don't want to hear Blaine Higgs speak French. I don't want to hear you speak French.
Fair enough.
So, okay,
but
let's go enough.
May I promise to improve my French and my Chiac? Thank you.
Chiac. Okay, you could do that with Bill in the jail cell. You could both do an alphabetic A, B, C, D, E. Bill could learn you a few things. How is him and his goats doing anyway?
S-E-J-K-L-M-N-O-P. How is him and his ghosts?
Yeah, goats.
Goats. I didn't meet the ghosts.
No, the goats.
I didn't see goats.
No? Okay.
Didn't see ghosts. I didn't see any ghosts either.
No, I didn't see no ghosts, no?
No.
Okay, so... what's your... No, don't have a website. What's your radio station? What's a radio station?
What's a radio station? A radio station is a band of airspace that if you tune your tuner, your radio, those things that are in your car and get in the way of your satellite radio, you could listen to what I'm calling Democracy How. I would like to look at a variety of issues pertinent to this election in a more of a long-form way. I'm looking at youth candidates. I'm looking at nuclear
What
energy.
channel?
107.9 in Tantramar, which is also available on the internet as well. It'll simulcast. So though it is just on a radio band, it will be available for everybody to listen to. I've worked in film and television for 20 years, so I know how to put together an interesting show, and I want to...
You got a YouTube? Oh, that's right. You don't have social
UFO
media.
Party does have a YouTube. Yeah, no, I would read books and stuff online.
Who won the debate tonight?
I didn't watch the debate.
But you were there.
I was there for the beginning of it.
Yeah,
and then
so
I was disheartened by the place, so I left.
Do you have ADHD by any chance?
No.
You don't. That you just said, I can't handle this. I'm leaving. But you don't have to have ADHD to not handle.
No,
bullshit.
actually, hold on. Let me tell you why. Because in the room they weren't amplified, so this was useless for me. I can just listen to it afterwards and get the quotes that I'm going to need. So me to be in the space, I couldn't hear anything. So it was a.
So you don't know who. The last time they had that there, everybody was screaming at each other, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it seems pretty calm. Or what it was when I left.
It was when you left. And beside that, so 25 minutes. Boy, this is a long
Oh,
one.
it's short.
Huh?
It's a short one.
How many people, hey, do me a favor, anybody that's watching this, please say, I'm still here, I watched the whole thing, so I could tell you, get a life. My God.
Are you proud of your shows or not?
Me, I don't. Now I'm half Scottish. I don't give a shit. I have some people look
I don't
like
know what
me.
being Scottish means.
The Scottish is
thing?
stubborn.
Is it like
and-
Jewish?
and- no.
Oh,
See, oh,
okay.
shoot, we don't want. Don't talk about the Jews. No. Oh my God, no. This will be. No, stick to Scottish.
Fair.
The only thing I did with a Jew was my friend that died last month. Seth was the owner of the Victory Meat Market. Nice guy, 59 years old,
Yep.
cancer.
I saw your post.
And I was saying, he was all upset. I stole some grapes. I say, you steal a grape from a Jew? Oh my God, it's the end of the world. And I tell him that. He was a great person. He was a great person. You watched that video? Okay. So, by the way, what are you doing with a typewriter?
What am I doing with a typewriter? I type things on it. I try to
Ask a stupid
Hold on.
question, get a stupid answer.
I try
what do you
to-
do with a typewriter? I type things on it.
It's true. I try to organize my thoughts off the internet.
But
So
you don't have the internet.
I'm. Pardon me?
You don't have the internet.
Well, the internet's readily
No,
available.
you do have the internet.
anywhere.
You send me an email. Okay, so you do
Exactly.
have social media.
No, I have an email account. That's not social media. That's different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a direct one. An email is a direct one-to-one communication. Social media may be direct one-to-one, but it can still be seen by other people. So that's what makes it social.
Can you show your typewriter before this shut down? I don't know. It's going to heat up for 27 minutes.
It's a 1942 Clipper,
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
and it still works like a charm. Oh, yeah, she is.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding, huh? Oh, there's not much light.
No.
I don't know how to fix that. I can put my...
Look at that. Wow. Yeah. So you type what?
Press releases. I was one of the only people at the NDP press conference earlier today, so they asked me to write
They
it
had
out.
a press conference?
They did.
Where?
The CBC, here's the fun journalism thing. The CBC in the morning at around 5 a.m. says where all the leaders are going to be, but sometimes not very specifically. So if I want to be the precocious independent journalist, I then find them, and I've been consistently always finding them, and I turned out to be the only journalist at the NDP's press conference, which was solid, and I asked good questions and I got good answers. It was worthwhile. I'm an agent of good change. I think that's what I would like to let any of your watchers who are currently still around to know, but it is in the political realm that I do need to state why I believe we're worth fighting for, and I thank everyone in New Brunswick, as well as my particular riding's constituents, for the opportunity to present my ideas to you, and for Charles for letting me present them to his
It's too
viewing public.
Yeah, it's funny, and I'm glad I see Nicole. Nicole is we're gonna sit down here next week, and this should be really good. So anyway,
So you're welcome, if not for this communication.
my
Teasing,
coffee, the coffee that I said I'll never have a double. I've been having milk.
I got you a double cream as
Double
an
cream,
option.
I know,
You
I know.
were aware of your.
No, it's all right. I cheated.
I'm not that type of drug dealer.
I cheated.
Oh, sorry. And if just a couple more things, like if Blaine Higgs and Kevin Vickers could get out of the marijuana business, like can somebody who has any degree of empathy or compassion towards that substance please steward it in the province to be successful as opposed to them? That's all I gotta say. I feel like no one else is talking about cannabis MB. I feel like that is a something that those two people
There, you're
should
talking
not
provincial.
be in control of.
No, and you know what's going to happen? And I'm surprised it hasn't. That lawyers from the government has bought the drug dealers in court and say we must send a message. This will not be tolerated. You got to eliminate the competition, right?
Yeah.
And then you start having politicians being shot like a mafia. And that's what I predicted that was going to happen when the government started to get involved in the marijuana business. I said, then they'll go after the drug dealers and bring them in court, where they got unlimited money, right? The lawyers.
And it's in their, you do it in court, it's their game. Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
Okay, here's a neat fact. In our amygdala, which is our part of our brain, like when we were lizards, we've had that part of the brain for forever. There are cannabinoid receptors in that part of our brain. That says that we have been engaging marijuana as a substance, as a species, for at least 100,000 years. So whatever made it so illegal in the last 100, rethink that. Don't let the stigma of the wrong perceptions of marijuana cloud the facts. That's all I gotta say.
You smoke marijuana?
I will smoke marijuana, yes.
Yeah. I mean, you're stoned.
But I quit, absolutely not.
Absolutely
But I quit,
not.
and I quit smoking cigarettes a year and a half ago, and that absolutely changed my life.
Me too, good boy.
Yeah, best thing I ever could have done.
How do you do this without being stoned?
I feel like I have a great deal of honor driving me. Just general energy. I don't know what your question is. Doesn't marijuana make people...
No, just UFO and all this. I thought you had to be stoned. They got to be smoking something.
I would say, I mean, I'm a very religious person or spiritual person, so I think that might sound like I'm high, but like the UFO to me is like all of the religions in the same path together, which is we want to survive as a species. We sincerely do. And so we should figure out the type of government and how the large techno-state apparatus works so that we can start moving it in a better direction. And it could be inconceivably impossible or slow, but if we don't all optimistically believe that it's possible, how's it ever gonna start?
If you're still around, let me know. I want to know. Thank you very much. Good luck. Nice to meet you. There you go.